ChatGPT makes me $10,000. That sentence is true, and it's also a lie almost everyone believes for exactly the wrong reason. Your feed is drowning in it. Fully automated income. AI does the work while you sleep. 10 grand a month, no skills, no experience. Screenshots of striped dashboards, luxury cars, and one simple prompt that supposedly prints cash. But here's the number they don't show you. The real median income from these AI side hustles is $200 a month. 200, not 10,000. So how is my 10,000 real when almost everyone else makes nothing? The answer is the whole point of this video, because there's a hidden switch, a single shift in how you use this tool that separates the tiny few who actually make money from the millions who burn out in 90 days with nothing to show. It's not a secret prompt, it's not a course, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Stay with me to the end, and I'll hand you the exact switch. Alright, my name is Sargon, and this is Strategy State, the channel where we take the internet's loudest money promises and drag them into the cold light of actual data. And nothing is louder right now than ChatGPT will make you rich. So today, we settle it. Is the $10,000 AI dream real, a scam, or something far more interesting hiding in between? Let's get into it. First, let's be clear about the scale of what we're dealing with, because this is not a fad. As of the start of this year, ChatGPT has crossed 800 million weekly users, on its way past 900 million. OpenAI pulled in over $13 billion in revenue last year. 92% of the Fortune 500 use it. This tool is not going anywhere. The question is whether it can actually put money in your pocket. And that's where the story gets strange. Type "make money with ChatGPT" into any search bar, and you'll drown. 10,000 a month. Passive income. AI does everything. There are entire best-selling books promising 22 lazy side hustles that each make 10 grand. And here's the uncomfortable truth about almost all of it. The person selling you the dream is making their money by selling you the dream, not by doing the thing they're describing. And regulators have noticed. In an effort called Operation AI Comply, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission has cracked down on these AI money schemes, with e-commerce AI fraud cases alone wiping out over $74 million from people's pockets. One company promised $10,000 a month by year 2. Regulators found almost no customer ever hit it. In March of this year, the FTC outright banned another AI company from selling these business opportunities. This is not a fringe problem, it's an industry. So if it's mostly a scam, why did I open by telling you ChatGPT makes me $10,000? Because it does. But not the way any of those ads mean it. And this is the fork in the road. The exact spot where a tiny group walks toward real money and everyone else walks off a cliff. To understand it, you have to see what actually happens to a normal person who tries the dream. Here's the timeline nobody puts in the thumbnail. Week 1. Someone signs up for 3 AI tools and floods the internet with generated content, waiting for the money. Week 3. Nothing has sold, no audience exists, so they blame the tool. Wrong AI, wrong niche. Week 6. They assemble a brand new tool stack and start over. Week 12. They've produced a mountain of AI output and made almost nothing, because volume was never the thing standing in their way, and the data backs this up brutally. Honest analyses of these hustles show most people make between $0 and $300 in their first 3 months. Anyone promising far more than that in month 1 isn't reporting results. They're selling a course. The realistic pattern is that real, repeatable income, if it comes at all, doesn't show up until months 3 through 6. The early phase is quiet, unpaid, and full of trial and error. That's the part the highlight reels delete. So we've got a tool used by nearly 1 billion people, generating real economic value, and yet most individuals trying to profit from it directly make almost nothing. Both things are true at once. That paradox is the entire game, and the switch that flips it isn't about working harder or finding a better prompt. It's about a complete inversion of what you think ChatGPT is for. Let me show you. Here it is. The people who fail treat ChatGPT as a worker, something that does the job instead of them. The tiny few who win treat it as a multiplier, something that makes the skill they already have dramatically more powerful. That's the switch. AI is not an employee you hire. It's an amplifier you plug your own ability into. And if you're lazy, it multiplies your laziness. If you're skilled, it multiplies your skill. And this is where the hard numbers finally turn positive. A landmark controlled study run with Harvard researchers found that professionals using GPT-4 finished their tasks significantly faster and produced work rated around 40% higher in quality by blind reviewers. On business writing specifically, people finished in 17 minutes what used to take 27, a huge jump in output. That is not passive income magic. That is a skilled human becoming sharply more productive, and productivity is what actually pays. Now connect the dots to actual income. In the enterprise world, workers using ChatGPT save 40 to 60 minutes every single day, and heavy users report saving more than 10 hours a week. 10 hours. Think about what a freelancer, a consultant, or a small business owner can do with 10 extra hours every week. More clients, more output, higher rates. The AI didn't hand them money. It handed them time and quality, and they converted it. That's the $10,000. It was never automatic. But there's a dark side to this switch, and it's already reshaping the job market. A major study across 61 countries found that after ChatGPT launched, demand for freelance writing jobs fell by 30%, the steepest drop of any category. Software and design work fell too. If your entire value was doing the exact task AI now does for free, the floor collapsed under you. The people treating AI as a worker didn't just fail to get rich, many watched their income disappear. And yet, same market, same tools, the freelancers who adapted did the exact opposite. Those who learned to use AI as an amplifier now command 30 to 60% more per hour than they did before it existed. AI-related freelance work on Upwork alone crossed $300 million in value. Employers started paying more, not less, for people who could wield these tools with real skill. The ceiling went up at the exact moment the floor fell out. Same technology, opposite outcomes. So let's go back to the riddle I opened with, how my 10,000 is real when the median is 200. Here's the full reveal. The $200 crowd asked ChatGPT to make them money. I asked ChatGPT to make me faster and better at something people already pay me for. That's the hidden switch. The losers outsource the work to the AI. The winners keep the skill and outsource the friction. Same tool, held from opposite ends. And notice why this is so easy to get wrong. The ads are engineered to sell you the fantasy of no skill, because no experience needed is what makes you click and buy. But that promise is exactly the trap. The moment you believe the skill doesn't matter, you become interchangeable with a free tool, and free always wins. The skill was never the obstacle the ads told you to skip. The skill is the entire asset. AI just makes a real one worth more. So what does using it as an amplifier actually look like? Top earners follow something like a 10-80-10 rule. You handle the first 10%, the strategy, the direction, the judgment about what's actually worth making. You hand the middle 80% to AI, the drafting, the formatting, the repetitive grind. Then you take back the final 10%, the editing, the taste, the human touch that clients actually pay for. The skill wraps around the AI, not the other way around. And here's the part that should actually excite you, because it's genuinely democratizing. A consistent finding across this research is that some of the biggest gains show up for less experienced workers who suddenly perform closer to the level of the pros. AI narrows the gap between intent and execution. It means a beginner with a real, narrow skill and the right approach can now punch far above their weight. The tool is free to try. The competitive edge belongs to whoever understands their niche the deepest and shows up the longest. So if you take one thing from today, take this. Stop asking ChatGPT to make you money and start asking it to make you dangerous at something valuable. Pick one real skill: writing, design, code, analysis, anything people pay for, and use AI to do it faster and better than you ever could alone. That's the switch. That's how a tool with a $200 median quietly makes some people $10,000. It was never the AI's money. It was always yours, unlocked. And hey, the good news is, the robot isn't coming for your job. The person who learned to use the robot is. So maybe be that person. If this cut through the hype for you, do me a favor and smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel fight the noise machine. Subscribe to Strategy State, because next time we're taking apart another money myth the whole internet swallowed whole. I'm Sargon. Keep your skills sharp and your prompts sharper. See you in the next one.